You saw us in a light that sometimes even we ourselves chose to ignore. We felt death, and you spoke life. We saw darkness, and you showed us Jesus. So I have something to tell you, or maybe I just need to tell myself. Mr. Burket, you didn't simply leave behind a group of punk kids. You built an army. One thing I do know is I'm not grieving for you. I'm grieving for me. And you know me. I question everything. I'm cynical, and I certainly am not one for cliches. But the truth is the truth, and even amidst this heavy sadness I'm feeling in my heart, I'm super pumped and even a little envious that you're chilling in the presence of our God. For what it's worth, thanks for everything you've done for us. Thanks for allowing God to use you, and thanks for trading us for battle. You're going to be greatly missed. We love you, Mr. B. Just one of your kids, Lisa.
Hi, guys. For those that don't know you after just introduce me, my name's Ray, Ray. I didn't really know what to say because I was told about this like yesterday. But I was going to speak. So I just have like a lot of good memories that I wanted to share with everybody. But first, I was going to say like how I met Mr. Burket. Like first, I remember meeting. Well, I didn't meet him, but like I remember seeing him at Gay Christian when I was really young, and he was dressed as a turkey. For those of you that know Gay Christian, he dressed as a turkey for like every Thanksgiving. So that was one of the things that I always remember. But like after he was done as a turkey, he moved back to Colorado for a little bit, and I was a Gay Christian for a couple of years. And when he came back, I remember seeing him, and I was like, this guy looks really familiar. I think I've seen him in turkey costume before. So that's pretty much like my first impression. So many of you know, he used to keep the turkey costume behind his like desk. So, but yeah, I remember having him as a teacher, and it was like one of the best times of my life. It was really fun. It was around like 7th grade year. I had Mr. Mayer, and Mr. Burket, and Mrs. Watson, and he used to dress as just in time, as Mr. Reed said, and Mrs. Briggs said. And I never thought that we'd have like a Bible study like, at his house. And at the end of 7th grade year, I remember seeing a little flyer by his microwave that everyone used to use for various lunches that needed heating up. And there was a little flyer that said, come to Bible study. I think Joanna remembers it. It was really cool. I was like, all right, I'll try this out. So I remember going, and I didn't know many people there besides Joanna, and I think James was there, and there were various other people. But I never knew I would have been at that Bible study for so long, and Mr. Burket had like a big impact. We would talk a lot, and I had Mr. Burket's number, and I had his email address because he would always give us our homework assignments and various other things, and he told us we could call him for anything, questions, and he used to have this thing that was called Wise Up for those of you who were in the 7th grade class. It was just a big book on Proverbs, and we were dissecting Proverbs. It was really cool. I still have it. He told me to lose it and maybe someday find it again. So I did lose it. But I found it again. He told me to do that with a lot of things, but not my homework, obviously. But basically, that's what got me into Proverbs. And I remember discussing with Mr. Burket everything in Proverbs. And he was big on reminding me to remember where the scriptures are, and he's one of the main reasons I pretty much know where everything in the Bible is. I think some people know how quick I am. When somebody tells like a reference, I can usually get there very quick. That's pretty much thanks to Mr. Dave and songs and stuff. But after a couple years of Bible study, people left, some people came. We had a lot of new people come in, and a lot of people, like I said, left. But it was still cool because we all kept in touch. And one thing I remember was when alternate destination was brought up, but we didn't have the intro yet. And I was pretty uncertain of what to do. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll be a part of this. And it was really cool because I was a part of it. Took a lot of pictures and we did a lot of things. Mr. Burket asked me if I wanted to have a mural on the wall. So I spent a lot of time over there painting a mural on the wall along with Sarah and Ariel and I don't know if Andy's here, but Angie and just a bunch of various other people that were really like a part of Alternate Destination and his youth ministry in Phyllis, along with Pastor Carlos over here, which is really cool. But I wanted to share some of the memories I've had. I can't list all of them because I have a terrible memory sometimes. But I was in drama class with him one time, and it was actually in this church, and a lot of people were there. And that's pretty much. It was really cool. I never realized it was this church until today. we did a play from the Opera House tonight, and I was the star. But I remember seeing this down here. I was like, what is this thing you wear? Oh, that's not a doll compared to what Mr. B thought was a doll. A lot of people thought it was a cow for some reason. Some people don't. But Mr. B and I used to talk a lot at restaurants and stuff. I would keep in my phone book as Burket Mobile or Burket Mobile, depending on what I needed him for. Burket Mobile would be when I needed his car, when I needed him to drive me somewhere. And Burket Mobile was when I needed to talk to him on the cell phone. But one thing that kept me in the Bible study a lot was he showed a lot of reference verses, and I kept a lot of them. I still have a lot of the Bible study papers that we had. And the one that stuck out to me the most, which I'm sure most of you know what it is, it's 1 Timothy 4:12, and it says, "Don't let anyone look down on you because you are young, but set an example for the believers in speech, in life, in love, in faith, and in purity." So, Mr. Burket always saw love in me, and I always loved Mr. Burket. He'd be so cool. I love his humor. Not a lot of people did, but I love his humor. I still have some of it, and I try to keep it alive. There's some funny stuff. Also, he saw Mr. Reeves reminded me the other day about how I think Mr. Burket saw a lot of leadership quality in me. Mr. Reeves reminded me of this. I keep Christian. A couple times I did. I did a chapel. One specific time where I did a chapel, Mr. Reeves reminded me, where I just got a group of people and started doing drama, which got involved in Mr. Burket's drama eventually. But we all would do these little skits before school. Probably some of you were here at the time. But I was in 4th grade at the time. So I think Mr. Burket saw a lot of potential in me. And I'm glad I'm using my potential for him right now. I thought I would be much more nervous than this. But let's see. Alright. He had this shirt that I remember a lot, and it was a shirt that just said religion on it. And it had a big X for religion. And it really spoke out to me one day. I asked him what it meant. I was like, what does that mean? And he told me that religion is just man's way to get to God.